broken hand, and it's his former teammate finally making his debut for the Nets tonight. Kevin Durant set to play for the first time since the finals of 2019. Here's KD on taking on his old team.
I feel like each game is important to me, and it's no more of importance because I'm playing against my old teammates, and I try not to make myself bigger than the group, but I know what I add to a basketball club, and I felt that way with the Warriors. So it wasn't about me going to the Nets to try to prove that I can make my own thing, whatever the hell that means. It's just that I'm coming here to play basketball and add to a group of great guys.
All right, and it's basketball season, and that means this man is with us. Jalen Rose is here. Rostradamus, as we always say. And Jalen, how long ago does June 10th, 2019 feel like, right? We haven't seen Kevin Durant play in what feels like decades. So what are we expecting? What do you expect him and the Nets to be in this first year that they've all come together?
First and foremost, I'm excited for Brooklyn and their fans to acquire a player like Kevin Durant, one of the elite players in the league, along with Kyrie Irving. It creates a level of enthusiasm that, frankly, we need on East Coast Standard Time when we're trying to promote the NBA. What I expect from KD is for him to reestablish that he is one of the best players in the game, along with LeBron James, Kawhi Leonard. He wants to be in that conversation. And if he could get through the league healthy, that's the key, Greeny. It's not championship or bust for the Nets. The only team in the NBA that is championship or bust for is the Los Angeles Lakers. If the Clippers make the finals, if the Nets make the finals, if the Bucks make the finals, they'll celebrate the season. And that goes for the Nets as well. I'm excited to see KD back. He's going to do work this season.
I'm with that, because the Lakers are such a prohibitive favorite. But is it finals or bust? You don't go out and sign Kevin Durant and Kyrie and all of that in order to, to make it to the second round. Is it finals or bust for the Brooklyn Nets?
It's not finals or bust, Greeny. And I know so many days it's going to be an emotional joyride with the media and the fans when we are trying to cover KD and Kyrie. We're going to see him burning sage before the games, and all of that side shows are going to happen. But ultimately, for the Nets, and I'm going to say this about the Tampa Bay Buccaneers in the NFL, the same went for the Clippers last year. So many times we put these teams together in the first year and think because they have a couple of great players that they're actually going to win it all. And the Nets have amazing talent. You have Karis LeVert, who averaged 25 points in the bubble. You have Spencer Dinwiddie, who averaged 20 points last year. You have a young player in Allen. You have a Harris that's a shooter. But however, the team to beat, in my opinion, has to be this year for the Eastern Conference, the Milwaukee Bucks. When you get Giannis to re-sign for a 5-year deal and you bring back the level of cohesion that they're bringing back, of course Miami won the East. We know the Boston Celtics are going to be in the conversation with Tatum and Brown. But to me, for the Nets, having KD and Kyrie finish the season healthy and see what's going to happen with their roster. Are they going to look to try to acquire James Harden? Is he going to end up in Philly? Is that going to hover over the team the entire season? So I don't believe it's finals or bust for the Nets. I think if they make it to the second round, they make it to the conference finals and lose in a 6 or 7 game series, the narrative will be, because I anticipate KD and Kyrie will still play well, will be that the Nets now need to get them more help.
I don't buy it. Nope, I'm pushing back on that completely. And I will tell you why. Because in this day and age, this isn't the NBA you played in or that I grew up watching. This isn't the Pistons knocking on the door and finally beating the Celtics, and then the Bulls knocking on the door and finally beating the Pistons. In the NBA today, we put teams together and they win immediately. LeBron went to Miami, they won immediately. Anthony Davis came to play with LeBron in LA. Yes, the Heat were in the finals their first year and won it the second year. Anthony Davis came to LA, they won a championship the first year he and LeBron are together. The expectation is going to be that they win. And if they don't at least get to the finals and lose to LeBron, I think people are going to look at it as certainly not as a success.
People are going to be so happy to see quality basketball on the East Coast, Greeny. It's like we're going to watch the first 46 minutes, get the oohs and ahs, and then we're going to look up at the score and see who wins. That's what's going to happen. The East has been a revolving door since LeBron James left. Kawhi Leonard goes to Toronto, they win the East. Jimmy Butler goes to Miami, they win the East. Did the Boston Celtics lose their window to get a big man with all of the great young talent that they have? There's a reason why Philadelphia fired their coach and brought in Daryl Morey, brought in Doc Rivers to try to see if Embiid and Simmons can now get you over the top. It's a revolving door in the East. All of those teams are going to be in the conversation. And if the Nets make it to the conference finals and lose in 6 or 7 games, it's not going to look like it's a failed season because we're not used to seeing the Nets since they had Jason Kidd actually be relevant at all.
This is not a fair fight. You're bigger than me. Let me bring in someone who's bigger than both of us. That's Marcus Spears. Go ahead, Swagoo.
Oh, no.
Tell Jalen he's. You tell everyone.
Trouble.
Swagoo, you tell everyone no one loves the hoops more than Swagoo does. You tell everyone how excited the fans in Brooklyn are going to be to see that team get to the second round and lose a hard-fought 7-game series against the Celtics.
All right, first of all, y'all gonna stop bringing me on here with Jalen with damn 18-year-old haircut and the hairline just flexing like that. I'm not gonna come on here no more when he has a haircut. That's the first damn order of business.
I can't grow a beard. I can't grow a beard.
Listen, I'm with Jalen. I'm with Jalen, and you know, you got mad at me this morning. We could bring everybody in. I said, no, it's not championship or finals or bust for the Nets, man. We looking at a team, like, listen, let's go back as recent as last year. What was the expectation? Everybody thought the Clippers was going to win the championship. And we saw all of the things transpire. We heard chemistry on the team when it all fell apart. We talked about Paul George and his playoff problems. We talked about Kawhi Leonard and his leadership as far as having that team galvanized and being able to get to the Western Conference Finals against LeBron them. And oh, don't think for a second I'm going to let you or Jalen gloss over the fact that the common denominator between all of those finals of teams hooking up right away was LeBron James. So, yeah, I love the fact that Kyrie and KD are together in Brooklyn. I like Jared Allen. I like DeAndre being there. Like, they have things that they can build on and have success with. But them getting to the finals, if they don't, won't be a disappointment. I think you just want to see good basketball, like Jalen Rose said, because he is the aficionado.
With all due respect, you're out of your mind. Jalen, last year when the Clippers get knocked out, they fired their coach, and Paul George's name was trending every single game they were playing #1 because the world expects all these things. They don't get the benefit of low expectation. They've got Kevin Durant and Kyrie Irving. People are going to expect them to win huge immediately. Jalen, final word.
The Clippers fired their coach because they didn't meet expectations by losing to the Nuggets. If they would have lost to the Lakers, it would have looked a lot different. And let me show you who in the East actually has finals or bust expectations. You ready for this?
Yes.
The Philadelphia 76ers. Let them not make it to the finals. Then we're not going to bring back Ben Simmons and Joel Embiid. That's a team that has finals or bust expectations. The Miami Heat, who just made the finals and added Avery Bradley and hope to get another year of better Tyler Hero along with Jimmy Butler and Bam, they have finals or bust expectations. The Boston Celtics, with Tatum and Brown and Smart, they've been to the conference finals, 3 or 4 times in the last few years. They have finals expectations. I'm sorry, Greeny, the Nets have not risen to that level yet, even though they've added Kevin Durant and he'll be playing with Kyrie Irving.
We will see. For the record, I think the hair is spectacular. And I will see you on Friday when you will be wearing the suit I had to buy.